Hey there, everyone. It's me again. And as this day has gone on, and the more I've thought about everything, I've just become so angry. And you should be too. I did another video previously talking about Abrego Garcia and his unlawful kidnapping and being taken to a prison in El Salvador. And 60 Minutes also did a story about um, all of the people who were kidnapped and taken to the prison in El Salvador, the concentration camp. And 70% of the people who were taken, no, I think it was 90% of the people who were taken had committed no crimes, not in the country they came from and not in the USA. But even if every single one of them had committed crimes, none of them had any due process. None of them had the opportunity to defend themselves in a court of law, which is how it is supposed to be done in America. So, and then after Donald Trump and the president of El Salvador both made their case about how they weren't going to return Abrego Garcia to our country, Miss Caroline Levitt doubled down on that, and they keep repeating over and over that he is an MS-13 gang member and that he is a terrorist. None of that is true. None of that is true. And then, of course, we've heard Donald Trump, we heard him say in the Oval Office that the next thing people he wants to target are American citizens who commit crimes. Of course, as you see that they are carrying this out, they are disappearing people who've committed no crimes. And they are disappearing people off college campuses who speak out against this regime or who are supporting Palestine, and they're using the term anti-Semitic as their excuse. It is not anti-Semitic to support Palestine and the genocide that is happening in Gaza, because that is what is happening. And so they're disappearing anyone basically who doesn't agree with them. And we will be next. We are officially, not that we haven't been already, but if you haven't seen it yet, you should see it now, that we are under a dictatorship. We are under a fascist regime, and they're going to come for us. They're going to come for us. And it is going to happen. So for people like me who are very vocal and speak out on the internet, and I know it can be traced and it can be tracked, but I'm not going to stop. So I guess I just have to take my chances. So I know I'm at higher risk, but at this point, I don't know what else to do besides keep speaking out and keep fighting, which is what I intend to do. So you have to understand that we are in a major constitutional crisis. They are defying the Supreme Court's rulings, and then they are also spinning it as if they won that ruling, and they didn't, because they lie. And if you believe anything they say, you are delusional, and you need to do your homework, because they are spitting lies each and every day. It's all lies. It's all propaganda. And this is very serious. And another beloved person that I follow here on TikTok and on YouTube is the Empress CJJ. And she has been saying over and over and over that this is where we are, this is where we're headed to, and that we have to be the ones to do something about it. And she is not wrong. So no one's coming to save us. We have to save ourselves, is what we have to do. How we go about doing that, I'm not exactly sure, but it is going to take us. And there is another nationwide protest. I've said it before, I'll say it again. April the 19th, this Saturday. Go to 5051.com for information. You can put in your location and see where a protest is happening close to where you live. So I encourage you to get involved. I encourage you to speak out. I encourage you to speak truth to power. That is what we need to do. And every single one of these law firms and universities that are capitulating to this regime, they are living to they're going to live to regret that decision. And do not comply in advance. Do not capitulate. I have no plans of doing that, and neither should you. But my daughter called me earlier, and she said that she is very scared. And I told her, I said, that is very justified. We should all be scared because they're coming for us. They're coming for citizens. They've already said it. And he wants to make it sound like he's only coming for the worst of the worst. But that's what they said about the immigrants, right? They said they weren't going to only target the criminals. And that is not what is happening. That is not what is happening at all. And they're even deporting people who are legal permanent residents, just like Abrego Garcia was a legal permanent resident. And now they're spinning it and saying he is a citizen of El Salvador and there is nothing they can do to facilitate bringing him back. So they are openly defying the Supreme Court's orders. And if you think that it's going to stop there, it's not. And they're just going to come for all of us that disagree. They're going to come for anybody who is not a white man. And that will be the only people excluded unless the white man is speaking out against them. So anyway, that's what's happening. And, we've got to fight this with everything we can. And there's a movie where there was a line in the movie that said, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. And I think that's where we all need to be. We all need to get angry, and anger will result in action. So we need to get angry and we need to take action. I've been angry for a long time, but today's been really, really bad. I've been angry all day, and I try not to stay there because it's not healthy, but I am very angry, and you should be too, because our democracy is dying. Our country is being burned to the ground, and it's all happening right before our eyes. And what kind of country are we going to leave our children and our grandchildren? That's what I ask too.